In this edition of the Parliament Report, legislators give nod to lotto scam law and Parliament makes plans to pay tribute to late Venezuelan leader. Lawmakers on both sides of the political divide in Gordon House joined forces on March 5 to push through legislation to cramp activities of scammers. The bill, titled the Law Reform Fraudulent Transactions Special Provisions Act of 2013, seeks to target criminal activity known as the lottery scam and other fraud-related activities. The legislation makes new provisions for offenses relating to lottery scams, advance fee fraud, and other fraudulent transactions and for connected matters. Jamaican and United States authorities have become increasingly concerned about the Jamaica-based lottery scam, which has left scores of Americans counting their losses after being fleeced of millions of dollars. Both Bunting and his opposition counterpart, Delroy Chuck, led in the chorus of condemnation of the criminal activity. Member of Parliament Sharon Folks Abrams, in whose West Central St. James constituency lotto scamming is pervasive, declared her full support for the new law. Bunting argued that lotto scamming was threatening the growth of legitimate businesses and stifling investments. Jamaica's 63-member lower house of Parliament is making arrangements to pay tribute to the late Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez. The 58-year-old Venezuelan president died on March 5 after a long battle with cancer. Parliamentarians were conducting the nation's business when news spread rapidly of the passing of the socialist leader. Both Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller and opposition leader Andrew Holness rose to acknowledge his passing, describing his death as sad. The Prime Minister extended condolences to Chavez's family and the people of the Republic of Venezuela on behalf of Jamaicans. She said the Petrocaribe arrangement was the result of the Venezuelan leader's vision and foresight. In a brief comment, opposition leader Andrew Holness hailed Chavez as a good man who had a special place in his heart for Jamaica. Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller is not ruling out the transfer of land to the National Housing Trust to ease the effects of the $45.6 billion drawdown from the entity over a 4-year period. Her comments came during debate on a bill to facilitate the deduction of $11.4 billion in each of the 4 years. The money will assist in providing financing support for the fiscal surplus, which is a requirement to ink a deal with the International Monetary Fund, the IMF. Former Prime Minister Bruce Golding had said that there were large tracts of unutilized government-owned lands that could be transferred to the NHT at market discounted value in exchange for the massive government drawdown. He said large numbers of NHT contributors in need of housing could benefit. And Attorney General Patrick Atkinson has rejected claims by his opposition counterpart Delroy Chuck that the bill to facilitate the $45 billion withdrawal from the NHT was unconstitutional. Both Chuck and opposition spokesman on finance Audley Shaw had described the government's planned action as unlawful and unconstitutional. According to Atkinson, Chuck's assertion was unfounded. Earlier during the debate, Chuck had insisted that the government's withdrawal of funds from the NHT was not only illegal, but had frightening implications as well. This has been another edition of the Parliament Report. Join us next time when we provide highlights of parliamentary activities. Until then, I'm Edmund Campbell saying, walk good.